Hey everyone, here is another completed project that I have made, also working with APIs. So if you've seen my last video where I showed you my project on getting information about your favorite movies using an API, then I recommend you to go watch that video so you can have a better understanding of what API is and what it does. Here, I wanted to give myself more practice, and I decided to create my own custom API. And as you can see here, it is a to-do list that I have made. And let me just start off by giving you a demo of what it does. And as you can see, it starts off by giving you the date, and then depending on your time, it'll just say good evening. So right now my local time is 6:27 p.m. And let's just start by creating a new to-do task. Click this button here, and then I can just say walk my dog. And then here is where you can select on different categories where if you have a to-do task relating to academic or recreational, then you can select that. But I'm just going to say it's family, because dogs or other pets are part of your family. Then I'll click create, and then depending on your category, it'll give you a different or unique color tag here. So let's just create another to-do task so we can see. Let's just say do math homework, and then I'll give it a category of academic. I'll click create, and then academic will be in color red. And I can also view this to-do task with more details, such as when it was created. I can also edit this, so I can just enter random text and click save, and then it'll ask me if I want to submit new changes. I can click OK, and then as you can see, the change is reflected here. And then I can even click on this to say that I'm done, and then I'll click OK to confirm that I want to delete it. And then if I clear out all of my to-dos, then as you can see, we are back to an empty to-do list. So here is where all the exciting and back-end stuff happen. We are in my index.javascript file, and here is where I will do some of the work, such as calculating the current time, and then it will return back good evening or good afternoon depending on the time. But the main thing that I want to talk about is how I built my own custom API. And in my last video where I talked about what API is, but for those of you who may not know, but API is an application programming interface, and it essentially is a program where you can send requests to that program or that location, as you might think about it, and then it will give you the data or information that you requested back to you. So an example that I would give you is that if you are at a restaurant and you want to place an order for drink or food, then you would make that request to the waiter or waitress. Then they will process that request by sending it back to the kitchen, and then the kitchen will send back to you the food or the drink that you have requested. So that is essentially what an API is. And here is where I will build my API at this location at my local host. And the 4000 is just my port. It's just where it is that I want it to be. And if I go to my API file, so here is where if I create a new to-do, like if I click on this button and then I create the whatever task I wanted to do, then that request is sent to our API. So here, as you can see, I put this comment creating a new to-do. So when the user or us, when we make a request for creating a new to-do, then that request will be sent to the API, which is here at this route, and it will process all of that information, and then it will send it back to the user by displaying that yes, you have successfully created this to-do task. And even if I edit this task or if I delete it, then that request is also sent to the API, such as here, deleting a to-do task or updating the to-do task's information, such as the name of the to-do task. All of that is processed through the API. So if you kind of think about the example that I gave you earlier, if you are at a restaurant and you receive the food item that you like, and you taste it and it tastes kind of salty, and you can request the waiter or waitress for more stuff, such as more seasoning or salt, and the waiter or waitress can take that food item and bring it back to the kitchen or something, or make a new dish for you, and then it will be sent back to you. So that is essentially what is happening. I think creating my own custom API allowed me to really understand how API works, and just being able to see the information being passed along from the front end all the way to the back end, and then the back end processing that information through communicating with the API. I think it's really cool, and gives you more opportunities for problem solving, definitely. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you everyone for watching.